Good afternoon. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Business Inspections, Housing and Zoning Committee for today, which is September 12th. I've been joined by a quorum of the committee, which includes council members Osman, Rainville, and Chavez. I think others will join as we move forward, but we have a very brief agenda, starting with the consent agenda, which is item number 5, the liquor license approvals, and 6, which is the liquor license renewals. Item 7 are the gambling license approvals. Item 8 is a rental license reinstatement at 3028 Elliott Avenue. Item number 9 is a rental license reinstatement at 2731 16th Avenue. Item number 10 is a certified local government grant for the 5th Street Historic District. This is accepting a grant from the Historical Society. Item number 11 is a master grant for employment and training with the state of Minnesota. Item number 11 is a pre-development forgivable loan and commercial property development fund loan for a property at 1200 West Broadway. Item 13 is is the license fee schedule, which is setting a public hearing. Item 14 is setting a public hearing also on the same date, September 26th, to consider the mayor's nomination of Enrique Velasquez to the position of Director of Regulatory Services. And item number 15 is also setting a public hearing for a land transfer at 2931 Bloomington Avenue and 2937 Bloomington. Is there any item anyone would like to remove for discussion? Seeing none, I'd like the record to reflect that Councilmember Ellison is present prior to the vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Those items are approved. We have 4 items on our public hearing agenda for today, starting with item number 1, which is Como Tap. Ms. Steester, you're here. Welcome.
Thank you, Chair Goodman and committee members. I am Lead License Inspector Christina Steester from Licenses and Consumer Services. I'm presenting an application from Como Tap, owned by Famous Burgers, LLC. They are located at 2124 Como Avenue Southeast in Ward 2. Current license is an on-sale liquor, limited entertainment with Sunday sales, sidewalk cafe, and 2 a.m. license. The applicant is requesting an expansion of premise license to expand their existing sidewalk cafe. Como Tap has been operating at this location since 2019. There is no change in the entertainment they are offering, which includes pre-recorded music. Their hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m., Friday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m., and this is for both the interior and exterior. Their sidewalk cafe will be able to seat 10 patrons, which is how many they have been able to accommodate with the temporary COVID expansion they've had for the past 2 years. On August 22nd, 28 public hearing notices were sent to property owners within 300 feet of the premises. Notices were also sent to the Como Neighborhood Association, the Southeast Business Association, and Council Member Wansley's office. We have received 1 comment from the community in opposition with concerns about possible noise/music violations. Over the past year, there have been approximately 3 calls to 911 for loud music and the same number of 311 complaints. There are no conditions that council members should be made aware of. The Licenses and Consumer Services Divisions recommends approval of an expansion of premise license for Como Tap. This concludes my presentation. At this time, I will stand for any comments or questions you may have.
Are there any questions for staff on her report? Seeing none, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I will, before I open the public hearing, I will note for the record, we've been joined by Councilmember Chugtai. And we'll then open the public hearing on item number 1, which is an expansion of premise for Como Tap. Is there anyone here to speak to this issue? If you are you Jana Kern?
Yes, I am.
You are welcome to come forward. Are you the owner?
Thank you. Yes, I am a 50% owner of Como Tap.
Fantastic. You are welcome to address the committee.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing me this afternoon. As I stated, my name's Jana Kern. I'm the owner of Como Tap. I have worked at the restaurant location since 2003, so since the past 20 years. We kind of recently were allowed to have the sidewalk cafe, and eventually during COVID, we were allowed to expand it to 10 tables. We did see during that time that there were a lot more patrons that did enjoy the outdoors during that, and so really this is just a request that we be allowed to continue on with those 10 tables as opposed to the 4 that our current license is. As Ms. Steekter had noted, there have been some noise complaints, and when the police have come out, they haven't found anybody outside. We also do have a staff person that works the door from 8 p.m. to close, and so we make sure our patio is closed by 9 p.m. Everybody is inside at that time, so there shouldn't be any late night noise issues. So I respectfully request that this application be granted.
Great, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to speak to this issue? Anyone? Anyone? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Councilmember Osman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm happy to move this item for approval.
The item has been moved for approval. Further comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That item is approved. Thank you so much, Ms. Kern, for being here today. We'll move on to item number 2, which is the Cloudland Theater at 3533 East Lake Street. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair and committee members. My name is Lisa Schmeller, License Inspector with Licenses and Consumer Services. I'm presenting an application for an on-sale wine and strong beer with general entertainment for Cloudland Theater LLC, doing business as Cloudland Theater, located at 3533 East Lake Street in Ward 2. The business currently has a theater license that will only be open for ticket events, with a private patio open for the ticket holders before and after events and shows. Indoor occupancy is 171 with seating for 66, and exterior is for 85 with seating for 25. Hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to midnight, Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and the exterior private patio will only be open before and after the scheduled events. On August 22nd, 150 public hearing notices were sent to property owners within 600 feet of premises. Notices were also sent to Longfellow Community Council, Longfellow Business Association, and Councilmember Wansley. We received one response from the public, and the concerns were about the parking. A review of 311 calls and police calls found no significant issues, as this is a new business. At this time, Licenses and Consumer Services recommend approval of an on-sale wine and strong beer with general entertainment license. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your report. We'll see if there are any questions. Seeing none, thank you. We'll open the public hearing on item number 2 for an on-sale wine with strong beer and general entertainment license for Cloudland Theater. Is there anyone here to speak to this issue? I see there are 2 people signed up, and you are welcome to speak.
Hi, good
Hi.
afternoon, committee members. I'm Brad Lockersmo, co-owner of Cloudland Theater. Our mission with Cloudland Theater is to build positive relationships with both residents of Longfellow as well as the other businesses on East Lake Street. We feel it is very important that what we bring to the neighborhood dovetails in with the existing roots of the area and serves to strengthen those connections. We are grateful for the opportunity to be a part of such a vibrant part of the city. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for being here today. Would you like to speak also?
I'm Maren McCaskill. I'm the other owner of Cloudland Theater. It's an honor to be here today, and thank you for your time. We hope to bring live music and the art films to the East Lake Street area and participate with the neighbors there. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. Is there anyone else here to speak to this issue? Anyone? Anyone? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Councilmember Osman.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, and thank you and congratulations. That part of town has been a lot of vacant buildings during the last 3 years, but it's great to have you there. I'm happy to move this item for approval.
Item number 2 has been moved for approval. Further comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That item is approved. We'll move on to item number 3, South Lindale Liquors for an off-sale liquor and wine sales with strong beer, no live entertainment. Ms. Lingo, welcome.
Thank you, Chair Goodman and committee members. I'm Amy Lingo, Manager for Licenses and Consumer Services. I'm presenting an application on behalf of South Lindale Liquors, owned by South Lindale Liquors Incorporated. The business is to be located at 5516 Lindale Avenue South in Ward 13. The applicant is requesting an off-sale liquor license, an on-sale wine license with strong beer, no live entertainment, and a grocery store license, with the interior seating of 40 seats and 12 seats for an outside private patio. There will be a restaurant, which will include a cheese shop with wine tasting and educational cooking classes offered. South Lindale Liquors has been in the neighborhood for 48 years and are moving to a new building 2 blocks south from their current location. The applicant understands that due to the 2,000-foot space requirements for off-sale liquor establishments, their location at 5300 Lindale Avenue South must be closed before 5516 can be open. The proposed operating hours are Monday to Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. On August 22nd, 109 notices were sent to property owners within 600 feet of the premises. Notices were also sent to the Kenny Neighborhood Organization, Southwest Minneapolis Business Association, and Councilmember Linnea Palmisano. We received 36 responses from the community, 35 in support, 1 with concerns about traffic and crime associated with a liquor store and proximity to recovery houses and neighborhoods. There are no operating conditions or other issues with this license. Licenses and Consumer Services Division recommends approval of the off-sale, on-sale wine with strong beer, low live entertainment, and grocery store licenses. And this concludes my presentation. I stand for any comments.
Are there any questions for Ms. Lingo? Seeing none, thank you for your report. We'll open the public hearing on item number 3. Is there anyone here to speak to this issue? I know the Campos are here. Did you want to say something? You have to come up. You have to come up to the dais.
Yes.
Hello.
Councilmember Goodman, members, my name is Dan Campo. I am the proprietor of South Lindale Liquors. I'm the second generation owner of the business. We have been in business for 48 years in Southwest Minneapolis in our current location. A few years ago, as we outgrew our space, we acquired a space 2 blocks away, and we have proceeded to build our sort of dream building. A little more parking, a little more space. We're very excited. It's a really nice building, and we hope to continue as we have for the last 48 years and being a complement to the neighborhood and a good addition. I don't have much more than that except thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you so much for being here today. We'll see if there's anyone else here to speak to this issue. Please step forward and state your name and address for the record. You have 2 minutes, sir.
Hi, thank you. My name is Andrew Bream. I reside at 5501 Garfield Avenue, which is 1 block away from the location in question. And I just want to say, first off, I agree this is a great addition to the neighborhood. I've long been a patron. Love that they're expanding. I do have a couple questions, concerns about the expansion. The notice listed that there was going to be outdoor seating. Curious where exactly that will be, and curious about noise with that, specifically with the pre-recorded music, if that will be outside. I also noticed that Amy mentioned something about a grocery store license, which was not mentioned in the notice, so I'm curious about what that is. But I would echo kind of the other concern that I heard Amy just mention is of traffic at that intersection. It's a very busy intersection right now. There is no even stop signs there. It's just a thoroughfare, and so I would be concerned about kind of the additional traffic that this presence will bring and how we hope to mitigate that or control that with a signal or something of that sort. But generally, I do welcome this addition to the neighborhood. So
Great, thank you so much for your testimony. Sir, did you also want to speak? Please come up, state your name and address for the record. You have 2 minutes.
Hello, my name is Jasha Johnson. I live in the neighborhood, and I've accumulated a lot
Sir,
of...
Mr. Johnson, what's your address?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is 5730 Pleasant Avenue South. I've accumulated a lot of reward points throughout the years at the current South Lindale location, and I'm curious if they're going to transfer over to the new space.
Wait, we're not having a back and forth. This isn't a Q&A.
Okay.
Do you have?
I'll talk to them after the meeting.
Yeah, that'd be great. Are you here in support of the application?
I'm in support, full support,
Okay,
yes.
great, thank you. Ms. Lingo, let me just see if there's anyone else here to speak to this issue. Anyone? Anyone? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Ms. Lingo, do you want to try to answer the first testifier's questions?
Absolutely. So the grocery license is just an accessory grocery, so it's not going to be a full, like, Cub. It's not going to be a big grocery. It's just to allow them to sell cheese and the various cheese products. So it's going to be like a small cheese shop. It's called a accessory grocery. So it's little.
Okay.
As far as any traffic concerns, we will, if there are any complaints, considerations, we can forward that to Public Works and do a traffic management as needed once it is open and operational. And I think there was a third one. Oh, and the patio itself is located. It's a private patio on the south side of the building. So it's facing the parking lot. And there is no live entertainment allowed on outside spaces.
Great, thank you so much. Other questions? Okay, Councilmember Ellison?
I was just gonna say, get this man his reward points, and otherwise, no, that's between you all. Otherwise, I'm happy to move approval of this. Thank you so much for doing business in the city.
On the motion to approve, further comments or questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That item is approved. Thank you for being here today. And then we'll move on to our last item, which is item number 4, Lit Pinball Bar, which has been a very long awaited. Mr. Olson, welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair Goodman and committee members. I'm Joseph Olson, Inspector with Business Licenses and Consumer Services. I'm presenting an application from the restaurant Lit Pinball Bar, owned by Multipliers Lit LLC. This business is located at 2021 Hennepin Avenue in Ward 10. Lit Pinball has applied for an on-sale liquor license with Sunday sales, a 2 a.m. closing time, and limited entertainment consisting of DJs a few nights a week. Lit is also pursuing a place of entertainment license for over 40 pinball machines. The proposed hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., and notices were sent to property owners within 600 feet of the premises, and also sent to Lowry Hill East Neighborhood Association and Council Member Shugtai. For clarification, the public hearing notice that was sent to the public indicated there would be an outdoor patio, a private patio adjacent to the parking facility, but the applicant has decided not to pursue this patio, so therefore 100% of the licensed area is indeed indoors. We have not received any comments from the public regarding this application. There have been no complaints, 311 calls, or police calls associated with this business. The License and Consumer Services Division recommends approval of an on-sale liquor license with Sunday sales, 2 a.m. close, and limited entertainment. This concludes my presentation. At this time, I will stand for any comments or questions.
Are there any
Thanks.
questions or comments for Mr. Olson on his report? Seeing none, thank you, sir, for your report. We'll open the public hearing on item number 4 and see if there's anyone here to speak to this issue. Young man, you're here for 2. That's
Hello.
great.
Yes, this is why I'm here. Madam Council members, thank you for having me. Thank you, Joseph. We are planning to open
Can
up.
you state your name? I'm sorry, and
I'm
address
sorry,
for the
it's
record.
Jasha Johnston.
Yeah.
And I am co-owner of current Lit Pinball Bar on 26th and Stevens. And essentially, we're moving that establishment to the old Liquor Lyle's space. And at the risk of offending any council members, I was never a big fan of Liquor Lyle's and hope to run a different kind of business over there. We're finally going to open up, hopefully, in the next few weeks, 3 or 4, and our plan is pinball and full kitchen and beer and spirits. We've had a successful business since 2017 at the current location and just hope to keep that going in the same manner.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to speak to this issue? Please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
My name is Dave Johnson. I work for a company called NP Services. We manage one of our buildings at 2107 Hennepin, so close neighbor. Really, the only concern when I saw this is that we've got such limited parking in Uptown anyway. And then now there was an installation of an EV station that we lost on our Colfax side. We lost about 6 spots, which is a lot. And then, of course, in a snow emergency, it's doubly challenging. But that would be the primary concern. And I would echo what that young fellow said about Liquor Lyle's. We weren't a big fan of Liquor Lyle's. Did more cleanup after Liquor Lyle's. But I guess the concern being a Monday through Sunday till 2 a.m. just that challenge, that additional challenge in parking for our residents there. So that really is the only concern that we really have, so.
Great, well, thank you for being here today. Is there anyone else here to speak to this issue? Anyone? Anyone? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Councilmember Chugtai.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am sad that LIT is moving from what used to be a 4-minute walk from my home to there to a 25-minute walk, but I'll deal with that. I am excited to move this item for approval. Thank you.
On the motion to approve, are there further comments or questions? I just want to say I'm thrilled you're coming. I represent the ward directly across the street, and the condition of the building and the graffiti on it has been quite a challenge for a long period of time. Kenny Peterson was out there doing some painting last week and told me it's very close to ready to go, and I think everyone in the area just wants to see you get open. And probably most people are wishing you very great success. So thank you for being here today. On Councilmember Chugtai's motion, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? That item is approved. Seeing no further business before us and without objection, I will call the meeting adjourned.